Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Tyto Ecology. Since the desert biome is the only biome in the game that we haven't loaded up yet, I thought today would be a nice day to check it out, to see what's here, to see what it looks like, and to see what sort of animals and plants we can gather up from this biome. So it looks like, just like I figured, there really isn't much water here. It seems like it's all on the other side of the biome, and if we check out our map, we can probably see it more clearly. There we go. Actually, it's quite similar to, I believe, the grasslands had this sort of layout with the water right there, so that's quite interesting. At least we do have some water for all of the animals that we're going to be placing in here. I'm not sure what is available in the desert because, of course, this is the first time that we're going to be checking it out. It looks like some of our plants have returned, so that's nice to see. And some of our animals, too. I had a feeling that these were going to be a little bit similar to the grasslands, and it seems like that is quite the case. We have, of course, our little armadillos, which I believe are from the rainforest, but then we have the king snake, the rattlesnake, the badger, the bobcat. All of those are from the grasslands. Oh, goodness. The deer mice. Oh, no. That is not what I wanted to see here. We have a deer mouse to place in here at some point. We have the moths, the jackrabbits, the ants, the coyotes, the honeybees. Oh, my gosh. The mule deer, the pronghorn antelope, the cougar, and now we have some specific to this biome, which is nice. The desert tortoise. Oh my gosh, that one looks so cool. The coral snake, which is very colorful, which of course means that it's a very poisonous snake. So we're going to need little badgers to gobble these guys up. Then we have the marine blue butterflies, the desert kangaroo rat, and the collared peccary, which again, I believe is from the rainforest, but we haven't unlocked it yet, so that will be interesting. I'm not sure which one we're going to unlock it in first. And now the plants. Let's see, we have the joint fir. Wasn't that from the Himalayas, actually? The joint fir plant? It may have been. That's pretty cool. And then the big sagebrush and the honey mesquite and all of the rest are apparently specific to the desert. The galeta grass, I believe, the I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this. The agave maybe? The desert spoon, the octilio, the bush. Oh goodness, guys, I am going to butcher all of these names as usual. I am very sorry about this. The barrel cactus, the beaver tail cactus, the sweet acacia, the desert willow, the saguaro, and the Joshua tree. Oh my goodness, this one is very cool too. Has some fruit on it, which is good to know because some of these animals might like to eat fruit. And we have millipedes in this biome, and mushrooms, of course. Always the mushrooms, but the millipedes. I'm actually quite glad to see those. I wasn't sure if they were unique to the rainforest, or if we could get millipedes in the desert. So now we know, guys. And of course, as we begin our journey in this biome, we need to start with the producers. So all of our plants. Let's start with the ones that are already unlocked, of course, the joint fir plants, which are very suiting to this biome. They probably started here, didn't they? I'm not sure if this is where they were originally, and we just didn't know because we didn't load it up, or if they came with the Himalayas, but I have a feeling they were probably meant for the desert, so this is really cool. We'll put all these little clumps around here, so hopefully it'll be able to spread. I have a feeling this will be like the grass in the grasslands that just goes completely out of control, and like the ferns in the rainforest that spread really, really fast. Oh, green thumb in the desert. Gardening is fun. Have you written your name in joint fir clumps yet? No, I have not, but that sounds like a very interesting idea. Maybe they'll spread out and spell JessiMew on the ground. That would be very strange, actually. That would be very strange to see, but I think that's enough joint fir for now. We'll let it spread around, and we'll add in some of these trees. So the big sagebrush, I believe we got this from the grasslands. There we go. That is quite familiar. I think these spread around pretty well too. So we'll have to put a couple of these in here right on top of this hill apparently. I guess that's a good spot for them, right? That'll be pretty good. And then the honey mesquite. Oh my goodness, I really like this one. I really like the honey mesquite. That one really brings like a little splash of color to the place too, which is nice. We should probably speed up the time too. I didn't click that before because we want those impact points to roll in just a little bit faster. Of course, this is under the 1.9 update, just like all of our other biomes, so the time is going to be quite fast anyway. Everything is going to be passing at a very high rate. So let's see, we'll place another honey mesquite right there. I really like these. I think it's those twisty little branches. I like those. I seem to like all of the trees with the twisty branches and the strange bark because it just looks so interesting. We'll actually purchase one of these impact point bundles so we can go a little bit faster here as we add in more trees, because I want to get to the animals, of course. My favorite part is adding in all of those lovely animals, so we want to make sure that we have plenty of food for them to eat. And the decomposers as well would be very important to this place. So there we go. That's enough of those honey mesquites. I don't want to clog this place up with honey mesquite trees. And let's add some millipedes down here right by all of our trees, I think. We have this little cluster of trees that would probably do very well with some little millipedes running around in the ground to help keep their roots nice and fresh and clean. So there we go. And I'll place another group right over here, which should help us too. And then those mushrooms, guys, the mushrooms. I am very used to seeing these mushrooms in every single one of our biomes, and they always seem to do pretty well. It seems like there's a lot of animals that like to eat the mushrooms too, so I kind of like to have a lot, a lot of mushrooms in the area. Oh my goodness, is that like a little dust storm or something? All that sand, it looks like it's blowing in the wind here. That's really neat. Oh my gosh, it's kind of like the fog that we usually see in the other biomes, but I guess it's it's fittingly sand here, so that's pretty cool. There we go. Look at all those mushrooms spreading already. Oh my gosh. Popping in one after the next, which is excellent. That is really going to help us when we add in some more animals here. Our first animals of the desert biome. And I'll put one more group of mushrooms down here. There we go. It's so strange when you just start up a biome because everything feels so cramped and small. We just have this tiny slice of land to work with right now. And I could unlock probably the entire biome in this episode if I wanted to, but I feel like we should take this one step at a time like usual, just very slowly, because that's probably the best way to make sure that everything is very balanced in here before we leave for 6 months. So let's see, what should we place in here first? We'll go all the way to the beginning here, or maybe we should actually place some moths in here first. That might be a good idea to help pollinate the area. We'll make sure that all of our insects are established too before we add in any sort of creatures, because we want to make sure that there's enough to keep them tied over, especially if they like to munch on any of our little insects. We've had that problem before. So there we go. That's plenty of moths in this tiny area. And I believe I saw ants right here too. There we go. We can place some ants right here. They are very helpful, of course, because they're scavengers, so they'll pick up any of the carcasses that our animals leave behind as they're going about their day, as our predators like to munch on all of the little herbivores that we're going to be placing in here too. So that should be enough of the ants. We have 3 colonies of ants protecting the place, and I believe they can reach the entire zone, right? I believe so. There might be like a tiny little section right here that they can't reach, but I'm sure that'll be okay. I hope that'll be okay anyway. And now let's see what else is in here at the beginning. The armadillo, that might be a good thing to start with, though I believe, yeah, the armadillos are insectivores, so I'm not sure. I think I'll place a couple of these jackrabbits in here, and the armadillos as well, and we'll let them get established. We'll see how this goes. How is this going to go? Of course, they're marching straight over to this joint fur to munch on this. Let's see how much they eat, actually. I'm curious. Or are they going to the mushrooms? Or are they not doing anything? Okay, just curl up for a nap. I guess that's fine. You got me all excited, little jackrabbit. I thought you were going to munch on that joint fur, but apparently not. Now, the jackrabbits reproduce very quickly, very quickly, guys. 13 weeks, and they will be having a big brood of little baby bunnies. So we definitely want to make sure that we have some sort of predator in here before we leave so that they don't go completely out of control while we're gone for 6 months. Because I am going to pass 6 months in here, in fact, and we'll place that right on 6 months while it's on our mind. So 6 months are going to pass in this biome while we're gone, and we want to make sure that nothing goes off the rails. Let's add a couple snakes in here too, because I feel like they would probably help us out pretty well, I think. Though, would they be able to eat our jackrabbits? I'm not sure. Are the jackrabbits too big for them? Maybe we do need a deer mouse for the snakes. Oh dear. Oh dear, I'm not sure if we should add the snakes after all. I feel like this place is too small to handle a group of deer mice, but I'm not sure. Okay, guys, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to add one group of deer mice right here. We're going to cross our fingers that this is not a terrible mistake. I don't trust these guys anymore. I really don't. After all of the trouble that they gave me in the grasslands, like, I don't trust them one bit. Those tiny, adorable little faces of theirs, they are a menace. They will eat this place completely dry of any sort of life. So hopefully we didn't make a mistake there. We'll place a group of snakes over here just to make sure that they're not going to give us any trouble. There we go. And hopefully that'll be good. We added the rattlesnake in there, of course. And let's see, are there any other... We should probably add the armadillos after all. Like, I think we probably should. We'll make sure they're close enough to some of the insects to munch away at those. And we'll also see if these snakes like to go after armadillos, for that matter. They're both small creatures, so I'm not sure if they would like to munch on those. Of course, they're going to love the deer, or the deer mice, but I'm not sure if they would go after the other small creatures in the biome. So this is something we're going to have to find out, I guess. They look really cool though, don't they? Really, really cool. One of them was picking its little head up and sniffing in the air, which was pretty neat. So let's see if there's anything else that we can add in here in the meantime. Let's see, we have 8 armadillos. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of armadillos. And we have 12 jackrabbits too. Now, how long do these take to reproduce? Okay, not as bad as the jackrabbits, so I think we'll be okay on that area. But the deer mice, 10 weeks until they reproduce. So they are even faster than the jackrabbits, which is a bit worrying. We'll add one of the king snakes back here, I think. Maybe that'll help. Make sure that they don't go out of control in the next 6 months. And let's see where they all are right now, for that matter. They're all clustering over here with all of these big trees, it looks like. So they are going to enjoy living in this tiny little area in the desert full of all sorts of leaves for them to munch on, which I suppose is a good thing. And how do the king snakes look? Oh my goodness, it's like black with white stripes. That is really cool too. It kind of looks just like the rattlesnake, but just a different coloration. There we go. And it looks like these guys are already on the move. I wonder if he's trying to get into the mouse territory right now. I have a feeling he probably is. That's probably the way that this is going to go, which is okay. That's fine by me, little snake. You can go ahead and munch on some of the deer mice if you would like to. How fast do the snakes reproduce anyway? Okay, 87 weeks, so I think we'll be okay with those. I don't want to come back and find that all of our snakes have reproduced either, because that would not be good. And the jackrabbits, oh my goodness. Okay, so I really want to see what these guys actually take down, so I know what they can eat, because all of the herbivores that we just placed in are actually small creatures. The jackrabbits are considered small, the armadillos are considered small, so I'm not really sure what they can eat here. This one might be on the move. It is going really fast. Oh my gosh. Are you going to go munch on something here? I'm not sure, but he is really booking it. Slithering along the ground. Okay, so it looks like there's armadillos over here. Maybe that's what this guy's going after. This armadillo is quite hungry too, which is a little bit worrying. Did it go and eat the joint fur? I think it may have. Okay. Okay, so apparently they can eat the grass if they feel like it. Oh no, and this one had to go to sleep. Oh dear, little guy. I hope you can get your food before you starve. Let's see. Hopefully it's going to go get something now. It looks like it might be on the move again. Sort of. Sort of. I don't think it really knows what it wants to do. I just want to see this snake, like one of them, take something down. I'm not sure what they're going for. It looks like there's more up there, of course, right by the deer mice, so that's good to see. But I'm not sure what these guys are doing all the way over here. It seems like they aren't really interested in all of the jackrabbits, which is a bit unfortunate. And I do want to make sure that something is going to eat them so that we don't end up with a complete disaster on our hands when we come back. They're clustering over here at the moment, and I would think that means, okay, there we go. They are eating our deer mice, hopefully. Let's see if I can't really click on it. They killed it right under the tree, so I can't even click on it. I am willing to bet that that's a deer mouse, though. That's probably a deer mouse. Oh my goodness, and these guys are like staring longingly into the distance, like they really want to get into this zone for some reason, which is interesting. There's literally nothing there, guys. I'm not sure what you're after. You should really be over here, where all the food is. I'm not sure if these guys made any progress. Let's see. This one. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Calm down, sir. Okay, so they can eat our armadillos, guys. That is one mystery solved. And how about those little jackrabbits? Oh dear. Oh no, that's an armadillo again. Okay. So apparently these king snakes really like to eat armadillos, which is okay, I suppose, but I would really like them to go after the little bunnies instead. So let's see. Is this a bunny? Ah, it is. All right, guys. So we found a winner here. I think we'll be okay. That's good. As long as I know that these little creatures are getting picked off by something, then I'm not going to be worried if they have babies, because I know that the snakes can swoop in and save the day by making sure that they eat all of the little babies that pop up, so we won't have these territories splitting into 1,000 different places by the time we come back to this place, which is just what I like to see. I think to end it out, we might just add a couple more different types of plants in here, because there are a few more that we can unlock, like this grass right here might be good. This might be a good thing to start with, because it'll spread around quite easily, I have a feeling. It is grass, so it's probably going to spread quite a bit by the time we return, and that'll be good for all of our herbivores, especially if they have babies, especially if they have a ton of little mouths to feed. Then they're going to need this sort of grass to keep them fed. So we'll just add a couple more over here. I'm glad to see that the armadillos haven't completely eaten all of our insects too, because of course I'm always a little bit worried about that. It seems like every time we place in one of these big groups of insectivores, they just completely demolish our insects. It looks like they may have munched on our moths a little bit, but I have a feeling that they're going to reproduce very, very quickly, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. It doesn't seem like the armadillos are even in the area. Okay, there's one over there munching away at our ant colony, but it's only one, so we don't really have to worry about them. The armadillos are doing okay. Only 2 of them have died, and we actually saw both of them, so I think the armadillos have a pretty good chance of surviving for the rest of the time that we're gone. Oh, and there's our Tyto coins again, of course. So we'll add just a little bit more grass in the area. And I think that will be good. There we go. That's enough of that grass, I think. It should hopefully help keep the jackrabbits under control, because 2 weeks left until repopulation, guys. 2 weeks left. And same with the deer mice. So hopefully these snakes know what they're doing. Hopefully they can control this population as well as possible. So when we come back, we won't have a million different territories to take a look at. I'm not sure if I should add like another group of snakes in here just in case as like a fail-safe. It's kind of tricky because again, we need to balance it properly, and I'm not going to add like a coyote in here because that'll just wipe everything out. Same with like a bobcat. I have a feeling the badgers would just pick off all of our snakes and then we would be back at square one. So I think we'll just add one more group of snakes in here. This one is venomous. So I think we're going to go with this one right here, the king snake, because if we do need to get rid of the snakes at any point in time, then most creatures will be able to pick this guy off. So I think that might be a good way to do it. We have a lot of snakes in here now, guys. Oh my goodness. And the deer mice have low population. I am very used to seeing that little notification popping up. The armadillos too. Well, 1 week left until reproduction for these guys, so they're not going to have any trouble. Same with these. And the armadillos, unfortunately, they have a bit longer to go, but I think they'll be okay because hopefully these guys are going to turn their attention to all of the tiny little bunnies that are about to pop up. Actually, we might be able to see it right before we end out the episode. All of the little bunnies pouring in. I have a feeling any time now because the sun just rose. We should be seeing the tiny little baby bunnies. Yep, there we go. It is ticked over. So now all of the baby bunnies are going to be dropping in one by one right into the biome. There you go, guys. Oh my goodness. Here we go. It starts. We'll see if this goes completely out of control by the time we come back or if we'll be able to salvage it with all of those little snakes slithering around in the distance. Oh my gosh, that is a little bit creepy. Everywhere you look, there's just a tiny snake slithering around in the sand. So there we go, guys. Hopefully we'll be okay. That's a lot of juveniles. 14, 15. Oh dear, how many baby bunnies are we going to have? There's 8 juveniles over there, and it looks like it stopped at 8. So maybe the deer mice won't be so much of an issue after all. Hopefully. I hate to say that because it's probably going to jinx it and this is going to be terrible. But I will just cross my fingers that the snakes know what they're doing and that they will take care of this biome while we're gone. So thank you guys so much for watching today, and I will see you all next time. Bye!